The superstars of Fan Control Football Season 2.0 are not only the who's who of celebrity team owners and influencers, not the 21 million live views of our Emmy-nominated broadcast. Across Twitch, DAZN, Fubo, NBCLX, Peacock. Or our highlights that scored over 100 million views. And we can't forget best-in-class sponsors. But the biggest star of Season 2 is our play-calling app that allow fans to control the action on the field. Fans pick a team, pick a play, 4 run plays, 4 pass plays to choose from. The play with the most votes is called in real time.
We got it.
This is where video games and live action come to life. And now, Fan Control Sports and Entertainment brings you Fan Controlled Hoops, where fans call the shots. Coming 2023, the future of sports is here, and it's Fan Control. Power to the fans.
Are you ready for it?
Leighton!
Leighton. Okay,
Yeah.
I just clicked on Twitter. I saw Kenny Pickett's name trending, which usually either freaks me out or gets me really excited as a Steeler fan. I click on it. Apparently, new Pittsburgh wide receiver Allen Robinson, former Penn State standout and Chicago Bears, says in just year 2, Kenny Pickett's command of the field is remarkable. Super Bowl! Here we go, baby!
Well, Desmond Ritter's a good leader.
I heard that from all of his summer camp friends, that Desmond Ritter is the born leader and most improved camper of the year.
Yes, he is. I just did that. Oh, I just turned on the light with a ruler.
Oh, now that is called resourcefulness. And when you're getting back to work on a Monday, that's exactly what you need. I'm Josh Macuga. That's Leighton Batiste. We're here every single Monday, 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern. Leighton's in Atlanta. I'm in California. We're here to just bring you some of our favorite things going on in the sports world, the entertainment world, and everything in between. Behind the scenes, you got Jim on the 1 and 2. Jim, you want to pop in audio and say hi to everybody? You just come in to say hi. Just hey.
I'm popping in the audio and I'm saying hi, everybody.
Oh, that's our guy right there. You guys know Afro from Twitch. He's an absolute legend and a sneaker king, if you will. And the one that makes these graphics possible, the one and only Ruthless Cutie. You see her in the chat there. Hi, Ruthless Cutie, aka Jessica Samola. Leighton, a very busy week last week since we both joined each other on a Monday. A lot going on in the sports world. Jim, hit it. What's our first topic?
Back to work.
All right. Okay. So you know our buddy Andy Dolich. Our buddy Andy Dolich. And for those watching that don't know who Andy Dolich is, just Google Andy Dolich. The guy was in the front office for the A's, the 76ers. He's been in the sports world forever. He just wrote another book about the Oakland A's and Northern California, absolute legend. We started talking about, I talked to him on the phone last week because why not? Because he's the best. And he was like, I like Jokic because he's got a big nose like me. And I was like, Dolich, I feel that, bud. I feel it.
Representation back.
Representation back.
Oh, gosh.
So here we are. The Nuggets on the verge of their first ever NBA title. The city of Denver has never seen an NBA title. 1967, Leighton, the team was founded in the Denver area. When weirdly, the city was only 4,087 feet high. It has risen to a mile high since then. Did you know that about Denver?
No, I didn't know.
It started, they had an earthquake and the city rose. It's crazy.
Oh, I thought it was like it had its growth spurt. It was like,
I'm messing.
The city was like, oh my gosh.
I'm messing with you. It started as a mile high. I got him.
That was the coolest but funniest scientific fact ever.
Yeah.
Like, on this day,
Denver actually started in a swamp and they started building the city upwards to get it to 1 mile just so they could get a nickname for the city. You get it. Yeah. Freddie Emerald said, "Us big nose bozos got to stick together." You're right, Freddie. When you're right, you're right. You're right. You're right. Big Nose Bozos is a really good name for a band. If you were like maybe ska,
I was gonna say a roller derby team. Like, it'd be a very grungy mid '80s,
yes,
like Last Dragon type movie.
Ooh, the Big Nose Bozos.
Yeah. That would be a great Pittsburgh movie.
Oh yeah, you got them Big Nose Bozos down there.
Yeah.
Speaking of not Pittsburgh, but Pennsylvania, did you see part of the I-95 collapse yesterday in Philadelphia?
Yeah.
Did you see the guy that went viral that they interviewed?
No.
The thickest Philly accent. He's like, I woke up and all my friends were texting me. I was passed out, and it was right by my apartment. Everything's on fire. It started smelling smoky. So I woke up, but I was passed out. I can't, it's hard to do a Philly accent. Ruthless Q is going to call me out on that one. It's hard to do a Philly accent when you're from Pittsburgh. Because your Pittsburgh accent will go into the Philly, but the accents are two very, very different accents.
Yeah, our interstate collapsed back in 2017, and of course, Atlanta, we're gonna meme everything. So someone took a Hot Wheels track and they put it on the interstate. That should be how we fix the interstate. So that was all over our timeline. So that was our way to remember 2017.
Yeah. And we were trying to, and unfortunately, the driver of the truck that caught on fire did die under the I-95, which is very sad. Apologies to his family. But the guy that they interviewed from Philly was pretty funny. I think his family, in a time of tragedy, could at least laugh at the super Philliness that was the fact that a road in Pennsylvania collapsed because of a fire. And it's the busiest road. It's the busiest road maybe on the East Coast, let alone in the city of Philadelphia, a city that doesn't really do well with traffic.
Yeah.
But we digress, Leighton. We were talking about the NBA Finals. Do the Nuggets close it out tonight?
I think the Heat pushed Game 6. Actually, I did. And I've thought about this all day. I don't really feel that way, but that's what I'm gonna say is gonna happen. I'm gonna go that side.
Okay. So, because on Monday I said Heat and 6, or I said Nuggets and 6. Last week.
Yeah, you did.
And you thought that they would go to 7.
Yeah.
So you think it ends in 6? With the Nuggets ending it in 6?
I don't know what you call this. Not a conspiracy theorist. Maybe it's a pattern theorist. I don't know. Okay. I feel like the Heat are going to be the Celtics of this series, where they're going to push it to 7 and lose in Game 7.
Okay, I like that. I was thinking the same thing. I was just listening to PTI, and Will Bond thinks it ends tonight. So does Kornheiser. But I think so. I think it goes. I know it goes 7. I think they win tonight. The fans get to vote on the spread today on our social media.
Yeah.
I don't think the Heat let it die in 5. I think they fight their way to 6, but I think
that'd be the Heat way. They'd have to push it.
Yeah. Well, just like a good Batman movie, he takes his licks at the end of the second act. And then at the beginning of the third act, Batman comes in. Maybe, maybe Robin, he got his motorcycle stolen and he got lost in a Target, but he's like, Batman, I'm back. He's like, Jesus, Robin, where the hell have you been? He's like, the Home's Goods section at Target is you.
I was going to say the men's product section. Good fellow got him. That's what happened. Yeah.
I was looking through all 1.5 million iPhone cases that Target sells, and I just got lost in there, and there was nothing I could do. But I'm back now, and they win in Game 6. I'm going to stick by my thing. Nuggets in 6.
Nuggets in 6. Okay.
Yeah. Jiggaman Porto in the chat. Hi, Jig. Freddie Airmail. Do they have Bat Cave? What's that?
I've been hearing sirens all day. So that idea to move to the city of Atlanta is starting to backfire this week. This is the week that is.
No happening. Sirens in Riverdale? No.
Rarely. And if you do, they're like 1 in the morning.
Okay.
I'll say 1 in the clock.
We got to give a shout out to our buddy BC Lion. Shout out to Leighton and Josh from North Vancouver, BC, Canada. BC Lion, great to see you. Our road dog, the legend, Quantez Stickers, in the starting lineup this past weekend for the Toronto Argonauts. Yeah. Let's go, Tez.
I was thinking about BC Lion earlier today for some reason.
Yeah. Why is that?
I haven't seen him in the chat in a minute.
Yeah, and here he is. I will say, Tez, the Tasmanian Devil. Shout out to Bug, his little son, who's the best. Bug came to every home game in Fan Control football. I took him on the field. He's the best.
You know, like Jason Tatum's son Deuce.
Yes,
he was like our Deuce. Like,
yeah, he was our Deuce. He really was. The funnier one was Joe Grogan when his little daughter came, because Joe Grogan is so big, and his little daughter, like in his arm, looked like he was holding, like I would be holding a peanut.
You're a girl, Dad? Yes.
Shut up. And Joe Grogan is, I mean, he is a ginormous human, but the sweetest guy on the planet. Like you couldn't meet.
That's usually how it works.
Yeah. He's just a big guy. Oh, and the ticket 412 is here. What a legend. 412 Pittsburgh in your face. Okay, so we're saying, you're saying Nuggets in 7. I'm saying Nuggets in 6, but we both think that the Heat pull it out tonight. Do we think that Tyler Hero, a hero that we need in the morning light, he's got to be strong, he's got to be tough, he's got to be fit for the fight?
That's what scared me. Usually when they bring players back in these kind of games, they end up doing more harm to the team and they lose. And when I say usually, I'm only comparing it to the 2021 Atlanta Hawks. We brought Trae Young back too soon, and we lost. So
got it.
Yeah, we'll see.
Okay,
we'll see.
All right. Freddie Emerald said, "Well, the Argos didn't play in week 1." I just said, shout out, he made the starting lineup. I didn't know if they play. If you think I can follow CFL football, I just follow what Quantez tells me on Instagram. And then Slick Nick texts me.
I went to an Argos game last year. We went to Canada.
No.
Yeah.
CFL kind of sick, right?
It's cool. They're really nice. The referees apologize when they make a bad call. So.
Sorry about that. In fact, it wasn't pass interference there, but
sorry.
Everybody take a sip of their Molson. We'll be back here in like 10
sorry.
seconds.
That's just how they sound. Sorry.
Sorry. BC Line, the nicest people. We're going to get into the Canadian Open later in the show because it was it's called a tease in the industry, Leighton. I'm gonna leave it for our section on golf, because that's when I get to talk about golf and you get to zone out. You can actually yawn on camera if you want to. It's totally fine.
It's coming.
BC Lion, golf. Yep, all the golf that we can get. I've released a little golf ASMR this weekend. Leighton didn't even respond in the Slack to my golf ASMR. He was not a fan.
I had to stay consistent. Zone out on golf content. Sorry.
If there's anything I want for you in your life, it's to be good at golf. Leighton, I'm going to put it to you like this, okay? I know that your father...
you'll be proud of me. You'll be proud of me. I was looking at putting mats today.
Oh.
And did you see that, like the greatest sports backyard of all time? Have you seen?
Yes.
Did you see that?
Mark Wahlberg's sports backyard?
Was that his that has the soccer field and he has like all the little golf courses on the side?
No, I didn't. I've seen that one. No, Mark Wahlberg has a putting green and shots that he can hit from anywhere between 30 and 130 yards into his backyard from different tee boxes. Yeah.
So how do I get that, Rich?
Yeah.
Let's discuss.
You need to, first of all, you need to rob somebody at gunpoint in Boston when you're 16. Then you need to go to prison for about a year. Then you need to start your own boy band. You need to release a greatest hit. Then you need to become a Calvin Klein model, an underwear Calvin Klein model, a little alt Calvin Klein model. Then you need to get really lucky and book a movie with Reese Witherspoon where you play the bad guy. And then your brother needs to be in New Kids on the Block. You need to get a really good agent that reps both of you. Mark becomes a movie star, because then he becomes kind of a matinee idol. Then you need to be able to produce the show Entourage. Entourage then propels your production company into a multi-million-dollar production company where you're producing movies and television. Did you write all of that down? There you go. Got it? I'm only halfway there.
You're going to be broke forever. Got it. All right. All right.
BC Line, Quantez Stiggers, number 42, defensive back, height 6 foot, weight 175. He was born in 2008 in Atlanta, Georgia. No, that's wrong. 2001, 2002.
2008. Oh, gosh.
No. August 1st, 2002. Because Canadians they did it backwards.
Yeah.
It's like Europeans. It's not backwards. It's actually probably the correct way to go about it. So, or is he born January 8th? I can't tell.
Yeah, he was born January 8th, 2002. It's like Spanish.
There you go. Yeah, it's same as German and Italian and all that kind of stuff. All right. Jim, what's next?
Back to work.
Leighton, I thought that our Florida Panthers, because I feel like both of you and I were rooting for the Florida Panthers. I know I was.
No,
No,
I want the Knights to be my team until we can finally get a team back in Atlanta. Yeah.
So here's my question: do you think the Knights, does Vegas deserve a title this soon? Do you think they need to pay their dues a little more? They need to go through like maybe
That's
5
such
more.
the Northern hockey fan.
Yep.
I knew it was coming. I knew that. What?
Yeah. How dare you start winning immediately? That is unfair.
I mean, sure. If they're going to win this hard, then win. I was really shocked at like their history. Like the Maloof family is who created them.
Yeah.
Find out who the Maloofs are. That's like the most mob Vegas name. Yeah.
And didn't the Maloofs at one point, if not still, Freddie, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe the Maloofs still own the Sacramento Kings.
Sold them 2013.
Sold them. Got it.
Yeah.
And they could have been part of lighting that damn beam.
Yeah.
But here we are nonetheless. Yeah, the Maloofs own a ton of Vegas. There's a lot of money in there. Listen, I think it's great for hockey when new teams come in and immediately get a fan base, right? I think that's really important. And I think that what you see when you travel a lot of places around where I am, right?
Yeah.
Is you see a lot more Golden Knights fans than you think. Places like Fresno, inland places of California, like getting closer to Nevada, which sort of makes sense. Fresno, Bakersfield, Temecula, like inland parts of California that are a little more high desert than not. Even like north of us where you would think more Sharks fans would live, but if they're living inland, a lot of them have gravitated towards this Golden Knights team. And like Vegas, the thing that we made fun of last week aside, with the friggin' Knight coming in skating around like he's Christy Yamaguchi with a sword. Okay.
Lord of the Rings on ice.
Yeah, Lord of the Rings on ice. I think this is cool for hockey.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm ready to celebrate a Vegas Golden Knights team. I don't know if I'm there yet.
It's only weird because it's like you're used to so much tradition.
Yeah.
You're used to teams building themselves up. The only reason why I understand is because same thing happened to Atlanta United. We won the cup in year 2 of existence. So I totally get that. But it does feel weird because it's like, I can't go online and Google like a 1970s Las Vegas Golden Knights. They're not going to have a ring of honor of all these greats that come back to like, none of that exists for them. So I get it. It's like, this is random.
So this is this now.
It's going to feel even weirder if Seattle wins it in the next 2 years. It's like, what?
Yeah. And I can get behind a Knight. I don't know if I can get behind a Kraken.
I like it. It's cool.
Yeah.
I tried.
Is it?
Go Kraken. What?
Go Kraken. I mean, I think it's funnier. It's what's a shame. Okay, so you know the things outside the
yeah.
But it's a Kraken.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a real shame that Seattle hasn't really embraced their kind of current street situation, and they have a fan zone called the Crackheads, and they're all like the Dave Chappelle character, like, hey man, go Kraken. It's a shame. It really is. They could have really, yeah. Woo!
Oh, that's funny.
They get pipes.
Yeah.
What are you smoking? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But
they would really be good with a whiteout. That would be great.
Oh man,
a whiteout would go.
And as a Pittsburgh Penguin fan, when they first introduced the Penguin as a mascot back in the 60s, right? The people were not happy because they were originally the Pittsburgh Hornets. And they're like, a penguin? A penguin. Penguins aren't exactly like the toughest animals, just waddle around and just avoid whales.
No.
But here we are. Then they introduced the logo of like the angry penguin with like hockey gloves playing hockey. And you're like, all right,
Yeah, you
I
make
can get behind
anything.
that.
You make anything look angry. I mean, you
Yes.
can get away with it. You know.
Yeah. Freddie Airmail, 1967. Thank you, Freddie. Always there with that tidbit of knowledge to make us better in our day as we head back to work on a Monday. So do you think that the Knights close it out tomorrow?
Yeah,
Against the Panthers?
Yeah.
5.
I don't think the Panthers aren't the Heat. You remember last week I said I thought the Panthers are going to be swept. So they were able to push it, but I don't think the Panthers win another one.
Yeah, I think so too. Done in 5. Bobrovsky had his run, but it was a fun run. The Panthers have now stiffed Stanley Cup greatness a couple times. Hockey in South Florida still on these runs it gets popular, but during regular season you can get tickets to a Panthers game, no problem.
Stanley Cup fact question.
Go.
They
yes, I touched it. Yes, I picked it up. Okay, no, okay. Yeah.
So they add the names of every player that won it, right?
Correct.
On there.
Yeah.
So then they just add it until it gets. They're just going to keep doing it until it gets ridiculously tall.
No. They've eliminated. They'll take if it fills out, they take off a ring above it. So the ring that's at the top now will then be removed. They'll move it up, and that ring will go into the Hall of Fame.
Oh. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. BC Lion golf coming soon? ? Canada to be mentioned, I hope. Well, it's just your luck, BC Lion, because guess what? Jim hit it.
Back to work.
Yesterday, Leighton, the Canadian Open, the RBC Heritage Canadian Open, live from Ontario, Canada. They do one of the cooler things. They have a par 3 they call the rink, and they put up hockey boards along the tee box, and people bang on the boards every time they hit, and they scream and they yell. When you put it on the green, they cheer for you. When you miss the green, they boo you. Okay, so you were asking last week about a playoff. This week's playoff, Nick Taylor, no Canadian has won the Canadian Open since 1954, Leighton. 1954. Okay. That's like the Toronto Maple Leafs not having won a Stanley Cup since 1964, 5, 6, 7, something. Freddie, when was the last time the Toronto Maple Leafs won the thing? I think it was 67. Anyway, he and Tommy Fleetwood, come to 18. Tommy Fleetwood's tied with him. Nick Taylor already in the clubhouse waiting. Tommy Fleetwood, it's a short par 5, a very birdieable hole. A lot of the golfers on Sunday birdied that hole. He could have won outright with a birdie. He hits it in the rough off the tee. He hits it, shanks it rough on his second shot, has to get up and down for par. He does. They go to a playoff. On the 4th playoff hole, they play the same hole twice. Then they go and play a par 3. Then they come back to that 18th hole. Canadian Nick Taylor, all of the Canadian golfers that were on waiting for him on the 18th green. Adam Hadwin, Corey Connors, Mike Weir. They want this Canadian to win. The crowd is going crazy. 72-foot putt, Leighton. 72-foot putt. Drains it. It's raining. It's raining. He drains the putt. Place goes insane. Here's the best part. His buddies from Canada come out to try and celebrate him. Adam Hadwin has a bottle of champagne to spray him with. Jim, play the video I sent you from TikTok. Adam Hadwin goes to spray him with the champagne. Here comes Adam Hadwin out of nowhere. Boom. Here's Adam Hadwin. Security guard takes him out. Takes him out. That was one of the other professional golfers. Then, in true Canadian form, Adam Hadwin gets up and he hugs the security guard and apologizes to the security guard. Leighton, don't you dare, Jan. Don't you dare. How dare you? How dare you insult the country of Canada and the great sport of golf? That was hands down one of the greatest endings in the history of golf. I'm saying it right now. It is one of the greatest moments in the history of Canadian sports. 72-foot putt, drain it. He drained it. And Nick Taylor is playing incredible golf right now. And you're talking about a Canadian resurgence. Guys like Mackenzie Hughes, guys like I talked about before, Adam Hadwin, Corey Connors. There is a Canadian contingency. That's right. Put it on a t-shirt, put it on a pillow that is making a push to be some of the best golfers out there right now. And if you didn't watch the Canadian Open yesterday, you missed absolute joy, heartbreak, excitement, tension, anxiety, Bing, bang, boom, Canadian golf. And Leighton, I didn't get to say it earlier. I'm going to say it now. You are missing out on not taking up golf as a serious hobby because guess what? I know your future and father-in-law is a golfer. Okay. And guess what? On family vacations, after you have a kid and you want to get away from the kid for 6 hours, guess what's a great way to do that? Golf. Golf. And to bond with your father-in-law. And even better, if you get good, you can take money off of him. You can gamble and take his money. And then take his daughter out with your gambling winnings. And BC Lion says, dual passport for Josh. You are a true Canadian. We'd love to have you. I have wanted a Canadian passport for years. I love Canada. I love it.
I really loved Toronto when I went. Gosh. I tried
if I didn't sell you, if I didn't make you buy Canada after that, I have not done my job.
I just tried to beat myself in the staring contest. I don't know if you saw that. I thought you were going to be done, and then you played the video. I was like, crap!
Okay, we have Jose Ruckus in the waiting room, but before we get to Jose, you know what? Forget it. Jose Ruckus, we'll get it. Jim, we're going to talk about Oklahoma softball with the man, the myth, the legend. I have a pun I'm going to run by Jose Ruckus as he joins the show.
God.
He sent me a picture this weekend. It was of a long, skinny, meat-like stick. No, it wasn't a dick pic. It was a hot dog on the golf course. It was a hot dog on the golf course.
BC Lion is in the chat, Josh.
That's a hell of a way to introduce me, Josh.
That's my dude, Jose Ruckus. Bring in the ruckus. Hey, Jose, I thought of something today. Okay. Would you call a service that just ships dead bodies like across the country DeadX?
It's not your best one, but it's all right.
Okay. Sorry, I'm on one today. I am on one. I got so excited about the Canadian Open, I had to. Okay, Jose, you're obviously a big baseball fan. Are you a big college softball fan?
I am, yes. I'm a huge women's softball fan.
So are we talking about probably the greatest team in the history of women's college softball?
It's possible, I guess. I'm not, totally sure on like what the best teams in the history of women's college softball are. I don't have that information readily available to me.
God damn
but
it.
this team is really, really good.
Yeah. 53-0 in their last 53 games, obviously. 61-1 in the last 2 seasons. Back-to-back national titles. Is it when you're watching college women's college softball, games can be kind of close? Is that just because the competition, it's so hard to hit a softball that close? Like, should they move the pitcher's mound back?
Maybe I could see that being. I do think that just like the level of competition in women's college softball is super high. Like usually both like the teams that you're seeing in the tournament they're all really, really good teams.
Yeah.
So
okay. So I should want my daughter to play softball. I think that would be a fun sport to go to. You sit out, drink a little bit, slow moving, just kind of enjoy it.
It's not a bad one.
Okay.
And if you wanted to make money playing sports, it's the worst one.
Oh, okay. Great. Good. Just soccer or nothing, basically.
Yeah.
Women.
Yeah, that's
WNBA?
actually
Golf.
why I like the college tournament so much is that it's the height of the sport for them.
Okay.
They only they don't make a lot of money. There's no league to go in after this. It's just they're playing for the glory of winning a national title.
I love that. I love it. What do you think, Leighton? Do we think that your fandom of college women's softball is this Oklahoma team? Is it better than the football program?
Oh yeah, it is. There's something the football team needs to learn from them. I mean, they just went back to back, right? This is their third one in a row.
Yeah.
So they're and if you go online, there's renderings. They're about to build them a crazy new softball stadium. It almost looks like a minor league baseball field.
Maybe we should make a little pilgrimage to Norman, Oklahoma, and see some women's softball all weekend long.
All right, y'all here for the football team? Nope. Not at all. Softball.
Not even close. Yes. Okay, Jose, we usually bring you on to talk baseball. Jim, we can go to the next one. You hit that graphic just for Jose. Just do it for Jose.
Back to
I like it.
Let's talk baseball, Jose Ruckus. What are you laughing about?
I
just like to bring in the baseball ruckus. That's all.
Oh yeah, of course.
That's great.
What do you think the biggest story in baseball is right now?
I think it's that the Yankees announcer got hit by a foul ball over the weekend.
Okay, we have that video. Do you want to watch it?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. Okay, let's do it. Jim, it's the Instagram video from the Fan Controlled Sports social media account. Bring it up. This is hysterical. I thought that this was a joke. I thought this was like from a sitcom when I first saw it. First of all, I didn't know that's what the Yankees announcer looks like. He looks like my Little League baseball coach. Here we go. So
a pop foul back here. Ow! 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 It really hit me. I didn't know it was coming back that far.
Ow. I mean, he even called his owls like a baseball announcer.
Yeah.
Ow. 2 away.
It's so amazing to see somebody call the foul ball that's coming right at them and not realizing that it's coming right at them.
Ow, it hit me. It actually hit me. Did not think it. I mean, he just stayed, right?
Took it like a champ.
Yeah. Good Lord. That was something special. But I did there was a Yankees Red Sox series this weekend, was there not, Jose?
Yeah, there was. That's always, one of the series that gets really hyped up is Yankees and Red Sox. Personally, I don't like either of those teams, so not big up for me.
Who's the best player in baseball right now?
Shohei Ohtani.
Not even close.
It's not close. We can't have a conversation about it. He's the best baseball player ever.
And why aren't the Angels any good?
Because baseball is such a team-dependent sport. It's the hardest sport to win in because, it's not basketball, it's not football. Just having one dominant player can't win you a lot of games. You have to have a pitching roster that is really good. You have to have a bullpen that can close out games. You have to be able to score runs and, prevent runs. It's such a difficult sport to win in.
He's not wrong, Leighton. Freddie Emerald says, how about the Red Sox being last in their division, having the same record as the Twins, who lead their division? Can you explain that, Jose Ruckus?
Yeah, I mean, they're just stuck in this slaughterhouse of a division with the Rays, with the Yankees, with the Blue Jays. Like everybody in that division is just super, super good. You're probably going to have a situation where one of the better teams in the league doesn't make the playoffs.
Do you think it's a payroll thing that too many divisions are like a little top heavy with payroll in certain divisions?
I don't think it's necessarily a payroll thing because you look at the Padres who are spending the most money right now and they're terrible. They're probably going to miss the playoffs too. And
how did that happen?
That's such a drop off from
yeah, going into the season, Jose, you were even talking Padres are going to be. I mean, we were on the show talking about.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. Juan Soto looked like potentially being one of the best hitters of a generation to being a below average, barely playable guy. Everything on that team just is going wrong right now. I've never seen so much of a regression between a bunch of really great players before. It's crazy.
Do you think there's too many type A talents in there, too many egos in there? Or do we think this is a Russell Westbrook situation where one day he was awesome and the next day he was just a dude named Russ?
I think it could be a situation like the Yips. Maybe Juan Soto's just in a weird spot right now and he's just not able to put it together. Maybe this is just baseball being baseball. Sometimes teams go on these long stretches of just being bad. Maybe that's what it is. It's so hard to tell.
Wow. Jose saying Yips on this show. I mean, that's bad news. You got to start throwing salt over your shoulder. That gives me the willies. Oh, good Lord. Yeah. As somebody that has experienced the yips in golf firsthand, getting rid of those yips is still something that I wake up in a cold sweat in the middle of the night screaming about. Sandwich! It's real. It's real, Jose. It's real. Here's a question from our buddy Freddie Airmail, totally unrelated. Okay. For people who want to get others to watch more softball and other women's sports, do you think dominant teams and super teams are more appealing to a broad audience or more parity and even competition? I say the former. I think that dynasties and dominant teams are what push the needle.
Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely. The thing that
Okay.
brought college football to being such a big national thing where people are watching it, primetime games, was Alabama being so dominant for a decade.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing that brings eyeballs.
I agree with you. I think the other thing that saved the NBA from going into a complete tailspin was Michael Jordan, the Chicago Bulls, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, Wayne Gretzky and the Edmonton Oilers owned the 80s. Hockey was bigger than the NBA in the 80s, and it was because of those super teams. And then in comes, Michael Jordan and the kind of like the invention of cool, right? Jose froze on us. Jose, you still there? We lost Jose. The ruckus. Jose, come back. Jose, come back. Let's see if we can. Jose, come back. But yeah, to answer his Freddie questions, I mean, here's the thing: is if we were to get a Caitlin Clark dynasty in the WNBA, I think we're
that was the
Angel Reese, whatever.
That was the conversation going into this year's WNBA season, was that the two dynasties are the Las Vegas Aces and the New York Liberty. Right. And some folks felt like that wasn't good for the WNBA, but I think what dynasties do is it actually gives everyone somebody to want to see lose, if that makes sense, right?
Yes.
Everybody wants to see these two teams lose, so they get behind their team, and now the fandom is there. So yeah, you need dynasties. I think they're good for all sports.
And without that Bulls dynasty, say what you want about it, we don't have the LeBron MJ debate. And I went back and watched some Kobe Bryant highlights this weekend just because it popped up on my Instagram feed.
Yeah.
The fact that we don't mention Kobe versus Jordan versus LeBron often enough is silly. It really is.
My guys and I, we had a conversation. It's because
welcome back, Jose.
We treat LeBron as like the chosen one.
Yeah.
Oh, I think we both tried to switch it at the same time.
Oh, get out of here.
There you go. Yeah, I think like we treat LeBron as the chosen one. So of course we're going to skip over Kobe, but that's a whole era of basketball, a whole superstar in basketball that you can't skip over.
All right. If you were, do you think, Jose, who's better, Kobe or LeBron? Straight up. Just who would you
LeBron.
Want? Wow.
I'm sort of the notorious Kobe hater, so it's a little unfair to ask me that.
Wow.
But, yeah, I'll take LeBron, not even close.
Damn. Man, Jose coming in with the hot takes. Okay, so before we go into, because I know you're a big soccer guy, and we have to get you to talk a little bit about this Man City treble and Leighton being a big Man City guy. Before you go, are you sticking with your World Series pick from 3 weeks ago? Or are you changing it up after your trip to Dallas, doing your thing?
So 3 weeks ago, what did I have? I had the Braves.
Yes.
And the Blue Jays?
Correct.
Okay, we're going to stick with the Braves because they're the best team in the NL, and I think it's not even close.
Okay.
But for the AL, I'm going to go with the Rays.
Going back. Wow. The first time the Rays, even after their hot start, you still weren't saying they were a World Series team. Now, midway into June, we're saying World Series for those Tampa Bay Rays.
It's tough because they are just the best team.
Okay.
It's not close. I have a lot of reservations about them in the playoffs because I don't think that their manager is actually that good. And I think management relies, like that becomes such a big deal in the postseason. I do think that they're going to get outcoached by some teams like the Rangers or like, just some of these other teams that have had a lot more experience. Bruce Bochy's incredible. He's the best pitching coach of all time. So,
okay.
But
yeah, well, you saying that about Bruce Bochy because you love Bochy. You got you got a shrine to him outside your house.
I do. He won 3 championships. He's amazing.
Yeah, I get it. Freddie Airmail said he's going Braves Rangers. So you mentioned the Rangers in there, Jose Ruckus, thinking that the Rangers could be one of those teams.
Yeah, I think the Rangers are incredible right now.
That logo that the Rangers released, like the TX with the R, that is sick.
It goes hard.
It goes hard in the paint.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Wow. See, the Pirates need something like that. Jose, before we move on to soccer, do the Pirates have a chance of making the playoffs? Give their chances a percentage.
Do they have a chance of making the playoffs? Yeah, I guess they do. Making the playoffs. I don't know if they'll make far in the playoffs. 10%. If they come back from the All-Star break really hot, they could get there.
So there's a chance.
I'll take that 10%. So you're telling me there's a chance.
Right.
All right, Jim, our final category, our final topic here with Jose Ruckus. Hit it.
Back to work.
By Jim. Jose, Leighton's a big Man City fan. Kick him off his pedestal and tell him why Man City's not that good.
No, they're really good. They have the best player in the world. Maybe he's like gonna be the best player of all time, like Erling Haaland. Like,
yeah,
he's the best. He's showed up his first season in the Premier League and set the scoring title. Like he's insane.
Where does he play his national team? Where is he from?
The Netherlands, I think.
Okay.
And they didn't qualify for the World Cup in this last runaround, so he wasn't there.
No. The Dutch did. They were there. The Orange, they made it all the way to the semifinals, right?
Oh, so no, he's not with the Netherlands. Where is he from?
Look it up, Leighton. Erling.
He's from one of those Eastern European countries over there.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got the 2 A's in his name. Must be. Oh, he's Norwegian. So he's Norway.
Norway.
Okay. Yeah, Norway. Well, here we go. I mean, that's the thing with soccer too, is one player can probably get you to a World Cup, right? But you have to have some supporting staff to like make a run. You
gotta have a good goalkeeper.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, if we learned anything from Ted Lasso, when that Canadian goalkeeper was hot, they really did some. Because that's real life, right, Jose? That's real life.
Is that where all your soccer analysis comes from?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I know soccer.
I love soccer. And my brother played soccer, so he knows a lot more. I wish I had more of an insight other than because my dad. We were watching the UEFA Cup, and my dad, in all his Pittsburgh glory, where his generation didn't watch soccer, they knew nothing about it. My dad's like, you know what they should do? They should shoot. It might surprise people. So there's your old man take on soccer. Just shoot the ball. Hey,
shoot it.
As soon as you get it on your foot, just shoot it. So, that's like going to a hockey game and everybody just screaming, shoot it the whole time.
You just run the Mike D'Antoni offense in soccer. Just get the ball, shoot it.
Do we think, Leighton, you wanted to ask Jose like a little bit of a question here about Man City and the Saudis?
Yeah. Do you think they've now set the standard for, seeing Saudis involved in sports?
To what extent do you mean like the Saudi involvement?
Saudis are, there was even an article today about the NBA looking to work with or opening up to working with Saudis in sports. Yeah. So do you think this is kind of the team that sets the tone for what it looks like in other sports? Them buying up different clubs. We've seen what they've done with Live Golf. So
I think that this is what should be the standard, is like if they want to get involved buying teams and stuff, I think that works. I think that this isn't going to be the standard you see a lot of things go with. I think the PGA is going to be like the standard. If they're getting involved in American sports, if it's the NBA, if it's the NFL, I don't see them showing up and buying a team. I think it's them showing up, buying the whole damn league.
That's scary.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. Okay.
Jose dropping the mic, dropping the actual mic. He says, my Pirates have a 10%. Final question before we let you go, Jose. Well, two final questions. One, what's better, a golf course hot dog or a baseball park hot dog?
It's the golf course hot dog for me, because I'm in such need of food at the turn, right? That it's just like nothing hits the spot quite like it.
Yeah. Okay. I agree. It's the only place where I consider eating a hot dog. I don't. Leighton needs to get more into golf, Jose. He's just not there yet.
I didn't know these things exist. Like now there's hot dog culture.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
So you tried to sell Leighton on golf a little bit earlier with a couple of talking points. I got one talking point for you, Leighton.
Hit it.
Golf is great because it's one of the only settings where you can show up and start drinking at 9 a.m. and not a single person's going to judge you for it.
No, everybody's there with you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, I told you about the ladies that were on the course when I went golfing. They all had shot bags of Tito's?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See?
Okay. All right.
Golf, as my one drunk buddy's dad yelled at me as another guy was like yelling at us to hurry up. He yelled back, "Listen, pal, golf's about drinking and friendship, so you shut up."
Yep.
So there you go. And last question: when you get mustard and or ketchup in your mustache from the hot dog, is it a wet nap that gets it out, or you just go straight napkin and let the flavor really sit in there?
Oh, I thought
I should start carrying wet naps on me, because that is a much better way to go. I've been doing just the napkin, and I tell you, it's been the hardest part of having the mustache is eating hot dogs.
Yeah.
Oh no, I can't do that. No, that seems a bit nasty.
Oh man, Jose Ruckus, as always, bringing the ruckus, positivity, mustache. Always great to have you on the show, man. We love you, bud.
Thanks for having me, guys.
All right, see you, buddy.
All right.
Jose Ruckus, the man, the myth, the legend.
DeadX.
DeadX.
How long did you have that one?
I thought of it like an hour ago.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
Okay. Instead of a hearse, it's just like a delivery truck, but there's bodies in there.
Back to work.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Back to work. Oh man, the reason why Jose cut out there is because his phone overheated. That's because his takes were too hot. Hot takes. Boom.
Boom.
As Freddie Ermo called him, Jose Truckus. Yes.
Jose Truckus.
Thank you, Freddie. We only got a couple more subjects here. Hold on, wait. Let me on the run. Oh, Leighton, you went to see the new Transformers movie.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I love the first Transformers movie. I've seen all of them.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed Bumblebee. I thought that was great.
Yeah.
So is this one good?
This one's good. It brings in a whole different realm.
Okay.
And it introduces like that ultimate villain. So I realized like everything from Marvel to DC to now Transformers, they all have this like planet-eating villain,
right?
That they're all fighting against. So they finally introduce, I think it's what Maximus. They introduce him in this movie, or maybe they introduce him in earlier movies. But
and what's he do? What's Maximus do?
His whole thing is like he's the transformer of all, but he eats planets. He eats planets.
Is he like Optimus's brother?
No. No.
You know how they have like, brothers hate each other, like, like Loki and Thor.
Yeah. No, he's like I guess he'd be like the transformer god, but he just eats planets and he travels around the universe eating different planets.
Like he eats, like literally, Unicron. Like puts him as
Unicron, not Maximus. It's Unicron.
Unicron. Sorry. Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, basically, this is dope because they brought in the Maximals, because I don't know if you watched the Transformers Beast Wars 3D animated series. Oh man, that was so cool as a kid. So they brought. So now, how you have Optimus Prime, you have Optimus Primal, who's like a.
Oh, they didn't call Optimus Primate because they could no.
They should have just did Optimus Primate. But he's Primal. And I don't want to give the spoiler, but at the end of the movie, they tell you about a crossover that's coming. And I got super excited because it's another movie series that I actually liked. I liked it, so. I didn't to see it.
1 out of 5 Leighton Batistes. How many were you giving it?
Out of 5?
Yeah. Like 1 Leighton Batiste is like, it's pretty good. 2 Leighton Batiste. Ooh, we're getting there. 3 Leighton Batiste. Okay. 4 Leighton Batiste. What? 5 Leighton Batiste trumpet solo at Homecoming.
I give it like a 3.8.
Wow. Okay.
It's a 3.8. It's like, it's a good movie. It's pretty cliche. You know the direction it's gonna go. If anything, I was really surprised the acting of the younger brother, like the kid in the movie. Really good acting. I give it to him.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was once on a first date. It didn't go anywhere after what I said at dinner because we were at a nice steak restaurant and they had prime beef. And I was like, I did like an Optimus Prime voice and I was like, Sam Witwicky would like this beef. She did not get it or like it. And I don't think Leighton did either. So Optimus Prime steak. Freddie Ermo said Optimus Primate is the BAFC Transformer. You guys stop. Quit it. Did you really freeze? Did you really freeze? There's no way. Leighton?
Okay, so you obviously didn't hear my question. You didn't hear my question.
No, you froze. I thought you were stonewalling me because the joke sucks so bad.
Oh, no, you did. Because I looked at you and said, oh, so you do this in public? Like you did this in public? You did. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
All the time. Yeah.
No,
If you can't be
all
a
right.
stupid idiot all the time, why even choose to be an idiot part of the time? Come on, Leigh. Come on.
Okay.
Enjoy
Okay.
yourself. Enjoy yourself a little Optimus Prime steak over at Morton's, you know? Sam what Wiki would want you to. All right. Freddie Airmail says it's a choice. Yeah. All right, Jim, one last topic here on a Monday. Back to work.
Back to work.
Right. So I can't believe you pulled that picture of me. That is pretty damn funny. That's good. That was me senior year of high school. I dyed my hair blonde for a week before I buzzed it for swimming. Yeah. And if you can tell in that picture, I have very long sideburns, like really big mutton chop like sideburns. Hideous. Yes. Straight.
That's bad.
It's bad.
Gosh, that's
Is it good? It's not bad. It's bad. It's not good.
It's like
Okay.
it's very another teen move bad. Like that's
Yeah. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. We were gonna call this segment "Black Guy, White Guy," but we couldn't put that in the actual graphic, so we're calling this the scouting report. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna read you some scouting reports of this is NFL players. Okay, and these are all very famous NFL players. So it's not like I'm just like rattling off. Yeah, no. Not reading their stats. I'm reading their scouting report before they became NFL players. This was like their scouting report after the combine or from like their senior season. Okay. Going into the
pre-draft.
NFL.
Pre-draft.
Gotcha.
Gotcha.
Pre-draft scouting. Okay. And you have to tell me if it's a black guy or a white guy.
All right.
All right, here we go.
North Dakota State. Wait. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Here we go.
I'm not going to give you the college. That gives it away. Okay.
It might.
He may be he may be a late bloomer, but if there's anything missing here, his flaws don't appear to be physical. In any case, he should be receiving more attention and will surprise a lot of folks if he continues to develop.
Black guy.
We're looking for Derek Carr, white guy out of Fresno State. Quarterback Derek Carr. Okay, here we go. Black guy, white guy. He's an active and disruptive defensive tackle. He really seems to be able to adjust his game to beat blockers by taking what they give him. He flashes the ability to fire off the ball and execute a quick swim to get penetration. He's an active kid and tough to keep blocked. He hustles around and can make you make plays when he gets into the backfield. You wish he was a little bit bigger, but the kid plays the game well and is active. Black guy, white guy.
These are guys that are they?
Every single guy I'm mentioning has made a Pro Bowl.
I'm gonna say white guy, and I'm gonna tell you what last name player I thought this was.
Okay, go ahead.
It sounds like a Bosa. Like it sounds like one of them.
Okay, well, you're close to this. Fortunately, your response is incorrect. But fortunately, this is Aaron Donald, pride of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, defensive end for your Los Angeles Rams. Yeah,
you're talking about kind of.
Okay,
it just sounds like a Bosa for some reason. Okay.
All right, here we go. Black guy, white guy. He's tall, rangy, flashes some playmaking ability. He demonstrates some skill at getting his hand up in the throwing lanes, which is what you would expect from a taller player. He can improve most with his consistency. He'll have to add some bulk and strength to compete. Overall, he's an impressive frame and must work hard to improve his technique and consistency to be a solid player. Black guy, white guy. Ooh, we're looking for white guy, J.J. Watt. J.J. Watt.
I didn't think you were going to read real scouting reports. I thought you were going to come in like, all right, he's this tall, he is this position. Like,
Okay, next time we do this, I'll do that. Okay, but we're doing scouting reports. So here we go. Final one, scouting report. This guy is a unique, rare prospect. His supreme blend of size, power, speed, and agility. He reminds us. Sorry, at this stage, he's more explosive than fast. He's very few weaknesses in terms of physical tools. In our opinion, could make an impact right away. Black guy, white guy.
Black guy.
Yes, you got it, baby. That is one. That is one Julio Jones, Atlanta Falcons wide receiver, coming out of college. And that's your black guy, white guy. There you go. All right, so next time I won't give college, but I'll give size, stats, and a brief, like, one sentence about him and see if you can get black guy, white guy.
That's fun. That's fun.
All right, Leighton Batiste, as always, a blast. Tell the people where they can find you on the social media.
Control leg on
Across
Instagram.
the board.
Across the board.
Leighton and I run all of the social medias together. We have a video coming out this week called "Winning a Stanley Cup is Being Hard," and you can follow us at Fan Controlled, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, everywhere. We are We are going to be launching a live show on Kick as well. So if you subscribe on Kick, you can check us out there.
Yep.
And we're here every single Monday. I'm Josh Macuga at Josh Macuga, Twitter, Instagram, across the board. And we're here 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern every single Monday. Fan Controlled Sports, the only place where you, the fans, call all the plays in every sport that we do, slowly but surely taking over the sports world one fan at a time. Until then, power to the fans. Get back to work, Jim.
Back to work. Thank you, fans, for watching Back to Work with Leighton Batiste and Josh Macuga on the Fan Controlled Sports and Entertainment YouTube channel. If you liked this video, you can check out other videos right here. You can subscribe to the channel, tell all your friends, hit like buttons across all the videos, check out all of our shorts and live shows, and as always, power to the fans.